Defendant for $1,588 for damages to your motorcycle and lost wages. Mr. Cabezas, you say you owe the plaintiff nothing because you did not hit his motorcycle, and you're countersuing for $1,170 in lost wages. Mr. Velasco, we'll start with you. What happened?
So first of all, Your Honor, this guy and I, we live in the same neighborhood, and we never met before.
That's not true.
On April 23rd, I was working on my motorcycle with a friend. We were fixing the right-hand mirror. It was a little loose, so I needed to take care of the...
Where were you doing this?
In front of my house. I was parked legally, 90
Across
degrees
the street
on my bike.
from his house.
Yeah.
Okay, don't interrupt, sir. Let me hear what he said.
So I was parked on my motorcycle and working on it, when out of nowhere, this guy shows up with his van, pulls next to us, and he comes out of his van and he's saying, "Hey, don't you see that I'm trying to park there? You need to move away." To which, to me, it was a little surprising and aggressive, his tone. So I just respond, "Look, I'm parked here. I've been parked here for all morning and I'm working on my bike right now. I don't plan to move away." He said immediately, "I know where your house is. I know where you park your red truck. I know your wife." And all these statements that out loud to someone that you've never met before, it's a little, threatening, and it's just a little scary to me.
Was your motorcycle parked directly in front of your house where you live?
So my house, it was in front of the street, in front of my house.
Across the street, Judge.
Was it parked in front of someone's driveway?
Yes, in the neighbor's driveway.
Hold on a second. I haven't asked you anything.
Okay.
It was parked legally at 90 degrees, that's all. Yes.
So he pulls up, he wants you to move, you guys exchange words, what happens next?
So as I said, I'm not planning on moving. He gets into his van and he backs up, and I'm saying, "Hey, you're gonna hit my bike," because obviously the space was really small. He was trying to park in front of a driveway. And then he hits my bike when he goes forward, and I just pull off my cell phone really quick and record what happened.
On the driveway.
Really, really fast it happened. I said, "Hey, you hit my bike, you need to give me your insurance." Completely ignore me, and he just walked away, give me his bag, and shut a door.
Okay, and did you call the police?
I said, I'm not going to give you the insurance.
I said, don't interrupt.
Okay, Judge.
So,
you call the police?
So basically what happened is that I was trying to talk to him, and he just walked away. So at that point, I was obligated to just call SFPD. So I called SFPD. They came to...
SFPD is
San Francisco Police Department.
Okay.
So
they responded. Do you have a police report?
I have a collision report card.
Let me see that.
Yes.
Okay, sir, I'll hear from you.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, Your Honor.
First of all, do you live on this street?
I live a few blocks up the street. I was working on the person's house where this happened.
Okay.
So my neighbor and friend, also my client, she has complained to me in the past how they both switch over with the motorcycle and the big red truck, and so when the space comes available, he comes and parks his bike in the middle so nobody can get there, and then she comes with a big red truck and blocks the whole entire area. So this old person, my neighbor, she
How
can...
many vehicles do you have?
We have 3 vehicles. We have a truck for business. We have my motorcycle, which is my main transportation because I go downtown a lot. It's super hard to park in San Francisco. And then we have a Mini, a car to just...
And the red car,
Okay, and where do you keep those vehicles parked?
We park in the street because there's street parking.
I can't hear what he's saying because you keep interrupting.
I thought it was my time. Didn't you say it was my time?
I'm asking him a question and he's answering it.
So basically, we need to park on the street because everyone else in San Francisco, street parking is very hard. And basically, if you see a spot, you park in it, and that's about it,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it is in that
Okay, but on this particular day, you drive
problem.
up and his motorcycle is parked. Was it in front of the... Are you saying his motorcycle was in front of a driveway?
Yes.
Or on the street? You're
And
saying his
in the
motorcycle was
street,
blocking the driveway.
on the driveway, because in the city in San Francisco, the houses are tight together, wall to wall, so there's no space in between properties. So one little space like this is worth a lot of money, literally. People fight for space to park, and neighbors got this silent code that they respect the spaces, But this couple right here have a lot of cars.
But you don't
so they
live
don't
on the
respect
street.
nobody's spaces.
You were a visitor on the street, right?
No, I'm a contractor.
You were working.
I was
you were
working
visiting someone who
on my
lives
friend's
on the street.
house. I was working on my friend's house right across the street from their house. He has a 10-foot wide sidewalk. He has
I
plenty
understand
of
that, but
space.
it wasn't your parking space that they were
It was
blocking,
the driveway of my customer.
Okay, so you go,
I have the right and a contract.
You see his motorcycle parked there. What happens?
No, his motorcycle wasn't parked there. I was there, and the space became available. I was gonna pull forward. I asked him to move. I have actually asked him to move in the past already. 2 weeks before this happened, I told him, hey man, I didn't say exactly what happened, but because it was no need for that, but my client was complaining that he was blocking the driveway all the time and she can never get in there. And so I was about to start the job and I told him, he was already blocking me when I told him, look man, can you not please park here? Because I need to get over here with my truck and I got equipment, I got tools, I got materials, I got helpers. There's trash that comes out of here. There's things that are gonna go in.
Okay, so what happened? You
and
had
so
this
can you please
conversation
not
with
park
him.
here? And so he go, okay, no problem. He checked his head, okay, fine. And he went and parked across the street on his sidewalk where he has plenty of room for that.
Coming up on Judge Faith.
Stop
That didn't
talking.
happen.
Stop
that
talking.
happened after the incident.
If you
In
keep
fact,
talking,
there was a guy.
sit down. Sit down.
And later,
We had to install cameras so that like we could just catch anything. Like that's been our daily lives.
Juan Velasco and his wife Lorena Cortez are suing contractor Manuel Cabezas for damages, claiming he deliberately hit their motorcycle with his truck. Manuel says it was Juan who caused the damage. He owes nothing and is countersuing for lost wages.
I'm asking you specifically what happened on this day.
This is
at
what's
this
happening. Let me
time
finish
with
the story. I'm
motorcycle.
getting there. This thing
No,
is
no, 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 no,
it's
no.
an
Hold on.
ongoing
Stop,
incident.
Stop. Let me
Okay?
get you straight on something.
Okay.
I'm asking you a question and I want you to answer it. You're trying to tell me about everything else that's happening. I'm asking you how his motorcycle hit your truck as you allege.
He
Tell
blocked
me
his
about,
motorcycle.
Stop interrupting
Okay.
me and answer my question.
Yes.
How are you saying his motorcycle hit your truck and damaged your
His
truck?
motorcycle never hit my truck. In fact, I got a pictures here with the motorcycle when I park, and he was parked, and he doesn't park in a 40. He parks in a 45-degree angle, not a 90-degree angle. Look, this is it right here.
Barbara, hand me those pictures.
And the damages that he's claiming that I did to him, you know, I got pictures of all his damages, and you know, it has nothing to do with my truck.
You said in your answer, sir, that his motorcycle hit your truck. I'm asking you how that happened.
He didn't hit my motor. I'm confused. He didn't hit my. I didn't hit him.
Why are you confused? All I'm asking you to do is tell the truth.
There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot
of
of questions happening. That didn't happen. That's the story.
Exactly, that didn't happen.
You got the picture right there to prove it. And this is the damages that he's claiming. Tell me that I did that with my bumper. I mean, somebody smart can say that this was a road rash, that he dropped his bike on the street, and then he scraped it with the sidewalk or with the asphalt. My bumper could have done this.
Let's put up
Look
these
at
photos on the plasma. What is this a picture of?
it. Do you see my truck? My van hitting this motorcycle
Okay, so
there?
that's your white,
Okay, I have the phones.
white van,
Yes.
and that is your
And my bumper is
motorcycle
black,
painted?
Your Honor.
Your Honor, as you can see, I'm not in the driveway. That's the sidewalk. And it's 45 degrees because he moved my bike when he hit it.
I move your bike.
And there's pictures right here that I can
You're
prove
so
that
full
with.
of it.
When you hit the bike.
I have pictures right here that I can
Okay,
prove.
next picture. And this is a picture of,
Of the other side of his motorcycle, if you allow me, I can
and you
point
took
out
this
to you.
photo?
Stay where you are.
Okay.
I can point out to you where he got scratches on the same place as the opposite side where he said that I hit his motorcycle. Like this guy's been dropping, he doesn't know how to ride his bike, he drops it everywhere.
I'm sorry,
And then
Your
now
Honor.
he wants
I'm
me to
sorry.
repair for
I've
him.
never
Do you
had
have
an
pictures
accident
that
on
you
my
want to
bike.
show me?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
let me see those. Barbara, would you hand me his pictures?
He got scratches all over the bike, and now he wants me to pay
Stop
for all
talking.
that because he thinks I'm a big-time contractor. You know, that's not happening
Yep.
here.
Okay, what is this? I'm not asking you, I'm asking him. What is
That's
this
his
a photo
van,
of?
and that's the bumper which he hit my bike with.
Okay, so you're saying there's damage on the bumper from where he hit your bike?
Yeah, you can see how he
scratches?
has scratches as well.
Okay,
Do-
let's see the next picture.
Your Honor, do you see the scratches? Hold on.
Stop talking.
Can I say something about that?
No,
Okay. Well, can we go back to the after?
no.
Why not?
Okay, what is this a picture of?
So that's a picture of the left engine of my bike and how he hit.
Do you see the scratches white? My bumper is black. How can I do
Actually,
that?
That's taking off the
actually
paint of
looks
my-
like the paint has completely come off the
Yes.
motorcycle down to the metal.
Yes.
That's not paint.
Yes.
So he's saying that you hit his bike and scratched the paint completely off, and that's metal.
Yes,
Okay,
but you can
hold on
see
one
those
second.
scratches are from the bottom up, as when you drop the motorcycle, not from side to side, like if I was swiping him, like he says. If
can
you
see
see
them.
this, oh, I'm
Stay
sorry.
behind the podium, please.
Okay, if you see the scratches, how they go up like this, That has nothing to do with me.
Okay, all right, sir. Give me 1 second here.
Unless I was driving a rocket, you know?
Stop talking.
Okay.
Your Honor, as I was saying, he wasn't giving me his insurance information. I had to call the police. Then
course not.
they were able to get his insurance.
Okay,
but-
so you called the police, you
Yes.
asked for his insurance information,
Yes, the
and what
police-
happened with that?
So the police asked me what happened. They asked me what happened. They came back to me. They said, look, we weren't here. You need to show us something. So I showed them
What he does. You know, I go there, and I'm like,
a video that I got on at the moment of the collision.
Okay, you have the video?
Yes. I
Okay,
have a
let's look at the video.
Well, I don't have the video. How am I supposed to defend?
I don't care
You
if
see
you-
that
Stop
didn't
talking.
happen.
Stop
that
talking.
happened after the incident.
If you
In
keep
fact,
talking,
there was a guy.
sit down.
Okay.
Okay, let's play the video again.
I apologize, Your Honor. That was.
What are we looking at in this video?
So you're looking at him driving his truck, trying to park on that parking spot and hitting my bike. You can see his wheels when he backed up, and the motorcycle is moving.
He's moving the camera. The truck is not moving.
I don't see that the truck is moving in this video, but stop it right there. What I do see, though, is the kickstand is still down
Thank you.
on the motorcycle. You did say in your answer that he backed his motorcycle up into your truck. How would he be able to do that if the kickstand is still down? It looks like it never
Because
moved.
he got off the motorcycle, put the kickstand down, and went out with the camera and took a picture. And the other guy that was working at the job site told me that he saw him moving the truck.
Coming up on Judge Faith.
Do you understand this is my courtroom and I run this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we don't go back
But
to
this
anything
person
unless
is
I
lying,
want to.
is
Be
lying and
quiet.
putting me over here on the stand, you know, and want me to fix his motorcycle based on a lie.
If you
know?
keep talking, I'm going to find you in contempt.
Juan Velasco and his wife Lorena Cortez are suing contractor Manuel Cabezas for damages to his motorcycle. Manuel says he owes nothing.
Did you ever contact the defendant's insurance company?
So yes, exactly. I got the report from the police and his insurance. I contacted his insurance. I filed an insurance claim with my own insurance, and there was a response from his insurance. You know, maybe a month later.
What was
or
that
maybe a little
response?
bit, that he wasn't insured at the time of collision.
Okay, step back up to the lectern. Were you insured at the time
and I pretty much, we're done.
of this?
Yes, Your
incident?
Honor. It was a lapse of insurance because I had another truck before that one.
So you were not insured?
Oh, yes, I was insured. I got insurance here.
Okay, and so what happened
The
when...
insurance denied the claim because I told them exactly what I'm telling you. And I told them that I didn't hit him, I didn't touch him or anything. And insurance said, well, if you didn't hit him, we had just purchased the truck. I had another van. And so when you buy a new vehicle, you got 30 days lapse.
You
for
said
the
your insurance denied his claim. I want to know why you say they denied it.
Because I told my insurance what I just have said to you guys over here today. You know, that I didn't hit the bike.
You're saying that they found that he was at
have
fault,
to
and so
say
that's why
one
they
more
denied
thing,
the claim?
please.
Answer my question.
Yes.
All right. Let me hear from you.
Wait,
and
I gotta say one more thing.
Let me hear from you, and while you're talking, hand up. You have an estimate for damages for your
Yes, I
bike?
do, Your Honor.
Let me have a look at that, please.
I want to go back to that picture. When
I'm not going back to... Do you understand this is my courtroom and I
This is
run this?
insurance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we don't go back
But
to
this
anything
person
unless
is
I
lying,
want to.
is
Be
lying and
quiet.
putting me over here on the stand, you know, and want me to fix his motorcycle based on a lie.
If you
know?
keep talking, I'm going to find you in contempt.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I'll hear from you.
And this is
ma'am.
the...
I'm his
estimate.
wife. I arrived at the scene when the police were bringing the defendant back. My husband told me what was going on, and he was telling me that we should be concerned because he knows exactly where we live. He knows our vehicles. He knows who I am. Like, I immediately went into I was frightened. I'm still frightened, and you
don't
can
have to
see
be
how
frightened.
aggressive he is. And this is
I'm a
what
nice
I
guy.
want.
Don't talk to her. That means I don't have the answer to it. Do you understand? Talk to me. Don't speak to another litigant in my courtroom.
I walk out my front door and I see him every day. If I don't see him, I see his vehicle, and that's so unsettling. I'm supposed to go home and feel safe, and I don't feel safe. And we had to install cameras so that we could just catch anything. That's been our daily lives.
What's funny? What's funny about that to you?
Because they acting it out. She's not even crying. Look at her. She's acting like she's crying, but there's no tears. Your Honor, look, you see the estimate? Do you see the estimate? Have you seen the
I have
estimate?
the estimate. I'm looking at it now.
Does it look like all these parts were damaged?
Did
Look
you
at the
get
picture.
this? Did you get this work done on the motorcycle? Did you
haven't.
actually get the work done?
I haven't. I don't have the money.
So
to
this is
there's
just
nothing
an
damaged.
estimate.
Yeah, I took the motorcycle to BMW in San Francisco. You know, I cannot tell them what to judge or not. I told them what happened, and they did an evaluation on the parts that were scratched and damaged.
Okay.
Also, I had to pay for that estimate up front. And I wouldn't be here in this court today, and I wouldn't have to go through all this trouble if this person was insured properly, because then I would be dealing with insurance, and that's it.
Well, he said he was insured, and the
Right here.
insurance
And
denied
as
the
you
claim.
can
Let me see
see,
your proof of
his
insurance.
insurance says that
Stay behind the podium, sir.
his insurance says that the vehicle
Hold on one
listed-
second. Let me see. Okay. And what do you have?
This document, his insurance states that his vehicle does not qualify for coverage under the terms and conditions of the policy.
Okay. Hand that up to Barbara, please. We're going to take a brief recess. Court's adjourned.
Court is back in session as Judge Faith rules.
There's something to be said about someone who comes into this courtroom, looks a judge right in the face, and outright lies to them. And if you lie to me, if you try to perpetrate a fraud on this court, you will be held accountable. I contacted your insurance company. Not only did they never investigate this claim, they never told you that it was the plaintiff's fault. Are you talking to me?
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I don't think you're talking to me. This accident, you know why? Because you didn't have insurance at the time. Your insurance
No, you
had
wouldn't.
lapsed.
No, you wouldn't contact my
Absolutely.
insurance company, and they
Absolutely.
wouldn't
I
say
checked
that to
with
you.
Do
I am
not
sure
interrupt
they
me.
wouldn't
I
send
am
that to you.
ruling. Do
I am
not
100%
speak.
sure they
Are you
wouldn't say
talking
that
over
to you.
me?
No, I would
Do
not.
not speak. Do not interrupt me.
Yes, because I have
I
insurance,
said
and this
don't
insurance
speak
is not
and don't
fake, and
interrupt
we can
me.
call him right
You know
now, as a
what?
matter of fact.
Get out. You're done. We are done.
Okay, fine.
Get him out of here, Barbara.
Fine.
Because you
I'm
lied
outta
to me.
here.
Step on
You
out.
did not have insurance. Your insurance had lapsed.
Step on out.
And I believe every
That
word
only
he
proves
said
that
about
he's
the
a better
accident.
liar,
Bye.
and you are in
Goodbye, sir.
conspiracy
Thank
against
you.
him.
Step on
I mean,
out.
against me, and on his favor. That's the only thing that he proves. Because this
Step
insurance
on
is
out.
not a lie, and
Step
I'm not
on
a
out.
liar, and I'm not a liar.
Get
all right?
out of
Step on
court.
out.
I'm not a liar. Don't accuse me
Step-
of lying, because that's insurance right
Step
there.
on out. That way.
I don't accept this kind of behavior in my courtroom, and I think that his behavior exhibits the kind of bully and coward he is. I think he did exactly what you said he did. I think you didn't want to move, and you were legally parked in that space, and he hit your motorcycle with his truck.
So, thank you.
The defendant thinks he's a tough guy, but he's
It's-
not a tough guy, because tough guys, real men, don't damage someone else's property to resolve conflict. Real men don't resort to violence to resolve conflict. And real men don't come into this courtroom, look a judge in their face, and lie to them. My judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. Verdict for the plaintiff, $1,288.
Thank you very much.
Happen to the
never seen him
$5,000.
We discussed this already, okay?
Who discussed this?
Your Honor, this case is Frateroli versus Anima.
Thank you, Barbara. Okay, Mr. Frateroli, you are suing the defendant, Dan Anima, for $5,400. You say he's responsible for damaging your remote-controlled helicopter.
That is correct.
You understand that the statutory maximum in our court is $5,000.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
I was flying at the RC park. I actually bought this brand new Evo S0800. It's a drone RC helicopter. It's a 6 propeller.
When did
and
you buy it?
I bought it on the first week of March 1st.
Okay, and how much did you pay for it?
I paid almost over $9,000 for it.
Wow. Okay, and what does it do?
What it does is it's a controlled unit that stabilizes in the air, and it uses GPS functions to go ahead and hold itself in a stable position so that you can add a camera to it and then record whatever you want to film with it.
At some point, you agreed to use your drone to record their helicopters flying around, sort of dogfighting. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, first, Rocco came out there with the drone, and obviously didn't know anything about it. He said he crashed it 4 times prior and he was asking for help. And was all excited about it. And one of the guys, Rick, had explained to him everything, the safety out there. And he actually told him, we don't fly the helicopters and planes together. They're very dangerous. And basically, if you crash your stuff, we just pick our stuff up, we go home. And then
So when you say
Chris-
you don't fly helicopters and planes together, you're referring to his drone as a helicopter and your planes that you were flying around as the planes?
Correct.
Okay, and you don't. Okay, so your lease actually ended on September 30th, 2013. You want to fly those together? Why?
Actually, in our field, the helicopters are always crashing, the drones are always crashing, and they're just dangerous. So
Okay.
we kind of stay away from them.
So what happens? How did you end up flying together?
Well, Chris actually was he's
Chris, you want to
34
step
years.
up and tell me what happened?
Yeah.
Were you there that day?
Yeah. I was asked by Rocco to kind of help instruct him how to fly this thing because he just had bought it, never flown it before.
Is that true?
Yeah, I just bought it. I've only had it for about a week.
Okay, go ahead.
He said he had crashed it 4 times earlier that morning. Didn't have any success, so he came out to our field looking for help. Everybody pointed him my way.
We have video of this crash, right?
Yes.
So
you did.
tell me what happens. How do you all get the drone and the planes up in the air together? What happens?
It was May 9th. This was the second day, it was a Sunday. There was going to be the 3rd flight of the day. Rocco wanted to proceed and fly another flight, and I was going to operate the camera. He was going to fly his drone. I kind of stopped him. I said, we shouldn't fly because Dan and Doug were in the air at the time flying together, and they were flying combat, which kind of, they were trying to hit each other in the air.
Is that called dogfighting with
Yes.
2 planes? Okay,
Yeah, dogfighting, combating, but they're intentionally trying to hit each other.
okay.
So I told Rocco, we should wait.
Why do you put your drone up in the air while the 2 helicopters are flying around dogfighting?
Airplanes.
Well,
Was it to record the activity?
Yes, it was to
Okay.
record their activity as they were doing the dogfighting. So what happened was
Your
that-
Honor, it was a demo reel for his business. What
Okay,
it
is that
was
true?
for.
That's fine. I just want to know. Why did you want to record the dogfight?
well, I told the defendant I was going to put it on their video, on their website also.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
see what happens. So this is your drone recording everything that's happening now, right?
That is correct.
And those are the airplanes circling around?
Yes. And you can see.
Okay,
my-
let's hear it. Boys and their toys, I
Yeah.
tell you.
He came up to my apartment one day to complain about music, and he
And we're just out there just, we're a bunch of retired guys mostly and relaxing and have a good time
Okay,
out there.
there's nothing wrong with
And
that. So your
I
plane hit his drone?
Hit the drone.
But how did that happen? Were you supposed to be that close to the drone? That was an accident, right?
Yeah, it's hard to determine where they're at up there when you're flying them. I just try to come around and make a circle around it for him so he can get his video for his business. And when it crashed and hit the ground, we were actually all shocked at the moment.
Coming up, when playing with the big boys got too rough, he took his toys and went to court.
He started being a baby about everything. He said, I'm going to call the police on you. They're going to come out to your house. And I told him, I said, you know what, Rocco, we're done talking.
But I want to explain something to you. Accidents happen, dogfighting them and intentionally trying to hit them in the air, and you were aware of that situation.
And later, Judge Faith calls this feuding couple out in court for bad behavior.
I was a prosecutor, did criminal cases in Manhattan, and I witnessed women who were abused on a daily basis. And it's cases like yours that make it difficult for people to take women with real issues seriously.
Rocco says his drone was destroyed when it collided midair with the defendant's plane. He is suing for damages. But Dan claims it's not his fault. He says Rocco was negligent and he knew the risks associated with flying his drone in a dogfight.
I told Rocco, we can fix this. He was panicking, which, I understand.
Right,
But they
$9,000.
inspected it and they said that it's not as bad as you think. Doug said, I'll actually fix it for you. He had a problem with that. And I said, look at Doug, let him send it in to the factory. And you know what? I'm a stand-up good guy. I'll offer you, and I did offer him to pay half of it. I don't even know what half is.
Right.
And then I get a call back from him on the 13th, And he says you can pay, or the amount of the damage was $1,783.
So why didn't you pay half?
And I did. I offered. I said, I'll call the company, the UAV American. I'll pay half of it. And he says, no, you'll pay the whole thing. And I'm like, no, I only offered for half. He started just being a baby about everything. He said, I'm going to call the police on you. They're going to come out to your house. I'm going to sue you for $10,000 and for all the loss of business that I have. And I told him, I said, you know what, Rocco, we're done talking. You know, don't even call me again. I hung up the
And that was
phone.
the last time you spoke to him?
That was the last time
Let
I
me
spoke
see
to him.
let's look at the damages. What are we looking at?
What you're looking at is just the pieces to my helicopter here.
Okay.
Oh,
What is
that's
this?
just, you have the main center motor area, so you could go ahead and put all your electronics on there.
Okay.
And then what you're looking at is the center piece in there is the actual piece where the flight controller sits, and then the battery sits right underneath there.
Okay. Has the drone been fixed?
Yes, the drone was fixed, but
Okay.
to a limited capability.
So you've been using it since then?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to
Crash
come down
again?
and take a look at this because I want to see what exactly this is. I've never basically seen a drone like this. Okay. So how does this work?
Well, how it works is you've got a flight controller on here, and you have a controller that you actually move it up, forward, down, left, right.
Oh, is this a propeller that's broken?
Yes, that is
okay,
correct.
I see. So you've been able to operate this without the propellers that are...
No, what happened was since I could not afford to go ahead and get the whole thing replaced, I only had to come up with what was functional.
So how's someone able to fix this? Are they going to put that back on, or you're going to
No,
get a
you
new
cannot glue these pieces back together. You actually have to replace the entire arm.
one? Okay.
And as you can see in the video, it was
You
just
have a drone
hovering.
that's intact, right?
Correct.
Let me take a look at this. Shell out $12,000 to people who buy phones.
No, I've done business with these guys before.
This is like a smaller...
Smaller.
Oh, okay. I see now. How much did your drone cost?
I paid somebody $250.
Oh, okay. You got a good deal.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Let me explain something to you. Accidents happen,
Yes, they
just like car accidents happen when people are driving down the road. I don't think you did anything intentionally here. No. But that doesn't mean that you don't bear some responsibility for the damages to the drone. And you even admitted that and offered to pay half initially, and I really respect that you did that. And I know that you didn't think half was enough, but I want to explain something to you. These guys were flying airplanes, and they're dogfighting them and intentionally trying to hit them in the air, and you were aware of that situation when you decided to put your drone up in the air with them. So because of that, I am going to rule that you assumed some of the risk involved with the activity that you decided to engage in. So I'm going to order the defendant to pay you half, so my judgment is for you for the amount of $2,500, judgment for the plaintiff.
Sure.
The plaintiff, Alfonso Thomas, says his ex-girlfriend took advantage of his kindness. After the breakup, he is suing for an unpaid cell phone bill and defamation of character. But the defendant, Dee Miller, claims she paid the bill, and the plaintiff is just trying to get back at her. She's countersuing for medical bills and emotional stress.
Okay, Alfonso Thomas.
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Dejanira Miller, for $3,546. You say she owes you for an unpaid phone bill, termination costs for that phone, and defamation of character.
Yes, ma'am.
You are countersuing Ms. Miller for $3,908. You say the plaintiff owes you for medical bills and emotional distress.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, we will start with you. How do you know the defendant?
She's my
Okay.
ex-girlfriend, and we've been together for 3 years.
When did the two of you meet, and how did you meet?
We met online. It was a dating website. We began talking. She was in Alaska, I was in California. Our first year of dating, we were long distance.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a flight attendant. After that first year, she moved out to California with me to my family member's house.
And that was after 1 year?
After 1 year.
Okay, and where did the two of you move in together?
In Berkeley, California.
Okay.
And Berkeley.
What kind of, was it an apartment, a house?
It was a small
$1,635.
studio that my family member owned.
Were you paying rent?
Yes, I paid everything. You know, at the time, it's my family member. So, you know, there was times where I was starting off paying rent.
Ms. Miller, let me hear from you.
Right,
What
I'm
did you
like-
think of the plaintiff when you met him?
I thought he was attractive. He was pretty cool. I don't think he had a shirt on online, so that's, what was, attractive.
Not necessary.
We did date for a year, and I moved out to Berkeley.
So you moved all the way to California from Alaska.
Absolutely,
It
yes.
must have been kind of serious between the two of you.
Yeah, we
Okay.
discussed marriage. We even did premarital counseling in Alaska. We've been to church together. It was, yes.
Okay. And what happened when you moved out to California?
We were disagreeing a lot, like the last 2 weeks. He had went to work at one point and didn't give me a kiss goodbye. And then I asked him why, and he was like, because I don't want to, this feels like routine. So kissing me, showing me affection is now routine. You're a flight attendant. You say the same 3 announcements every flight. That's routine. How is not giving me a kiss goodbye not routine?
Okay, and so you're living in the studio apartment. What happens? Do you continue to live together, or who moves out?
I moved out. We had a conversation where she confronted me with the relationship, and pretty much it was like a forced breakup. And then I moved out, and I allowed her to stay there.
Coming up, poor sportsmanship in the game of love puts this defendant in the penalty box.
She emailed my CEO.
He terminated the insurance and then did not tell me.
And because the relationship ends, you think the solution to a problem is to email the CEOs and executives of the company that he works for with your personal drama.
The plaintiff is suing his ex-girlfriend for an unpaid cell phone bill and defamation of
That's my judgment for the plaintiff.
character. But the defendant claims she paid the bill. She's countersuing for medical bills and emotional stress.
So let's get to the lawsuit. You were suing for $546.47 for an unpaid phone bill and termination. What's that about?
Yes, ma'am. Pretty much the phone bill, I gave her, I told her about the end of 2013, I was like, listen, as I cut off the benefits, I cut off the phone bill as well.
What do you mean by benefits?
That is incorrect right there.
What do you mean by benefits?
The
You cut off
benefits
what
as in flight benefits, medical benefits.
so she was on your medical
Yes,
benefits?
she was still on there as we was broken up.
How long did you allow her to remain on your benefits
For
after you
6
broke up?
months
Wow.
after we broke up. I was
Longer
there.
than that.
Why did you do that?
Just because I still love her. I still want the best for her.
But was
Take
there
her-
an agreement with her, sir, that you would get this phone and she would be responsible for it?
Yes.
The reason why he terminated the phone wasn't because I wasn't paying it, it's because I wouldn't meet with him.
Let's get to your defamation claim. You also have a claim for defamation of character. What's that about?
She emailed my CEO, a lot of other top leaders within my company.
Absolutely.
Pretty
The
much
CEO of your
the
company?
CEO of my company.
Wait around the corner because I don't want these people to know. Okay.
And I've had to explain this.
What was the reason?
It's for a personal issue of our medical bills.
He terminated the insurance and then did not tell me.
Why do you think the CEO would care about a flight attendant terminating the insurance of his girlfriend? You think the CEO really cares? You just said that he cut off your phone out of spite.
Right.
But now you're messing with someone's job. You cannot do that.
I
You
understand.
can't mess with somebody's livelihood and their job. And because the relationship ends, you think the solution to a problem is to email the CEOs and executives of the company that he works for with your personal drama.
He terminated the insurance without telling me.
I mean,
All
there
he
are
had to do was
plenty
send a
of
text
women
and
out
tell
there
me.
that would appreciate a guy like him who did all the things that he did for your relationship.
He wasn't doing-
You don't
okay,
mess with
so-
somebody's job and his employment. He could have lost his job. What's your counterclaim about?
Okay, so with the medical bills that weren't covered, all he had to do was let me know that he had took me off, so then that way I could have made other arrangements. All he had to do was send a text.
You're
I took you
suing
off.
him for your medical bills.
Okay, look.
I mean, I'm just a little stunned by this. You pay your own medical bills. You
because I
get your
could've done-
own health insurance. He doesn't owe you for that. He was doing that out of the kindness of his heart because he
No,
could.
he was doing it to
but
hold
he
it
does,
over my
he
head
does
as a
not
control.
owe you
I hear a can in the garbage bag.
anything. He doesn't owe you for that. What happened with the emotional stress and the temporary restraining order?
Okay,
that
so
you wrote about in your papers.
yes, so with the emotional distress, he was always trying to make contact with me.
So you go down to court.
Yes.
and you get a restraining order ex parte, which means he's not there, he doesn't even know that you're going to court, and what did you tell the judge why you needed a restraining order?
I didn't go before a judge.
What did you tell the court as to why you needed a restraining order? Because they granted you a temporary restraining order, right?
Yeah, because of the harassment, because he was coming by the house. I felt like he was coming by the house to see about my whereabouts. And then when he would come by, he would text me knowing that I was home, and then he's always trying to meet up. I didn't want to meet with him.
So based on everything you just told me, you had no basis to go down to court and get a temporary restraining order against him, none whatsoever. I was a prosecutor, did criminal cases in Manhattan, and I witnessed women who were abused mentally, physically, and emotionally on a daily basis. And they came down to court, and they had to go to court. There are real women with real issues of abuse in this country. They have to go down to court and get restraining orders. And then there are people like you who abuse the system because you have a vendetta against your ex-boyfriend. You go down there, and it's cases like yours that make it difficult for people to take women with real issues seriously when they go down to court and try to get help. You can't do that. You're abusing the system.
I don't feel that I was. He left me. He wanted to be done. I was done.
Your counterclaim is dismissed.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
You bent over backwards to do a lot of things for your girlfriend, including putting her on your health insurance on your job. That leads me to believe you at the store.
Right.
Why couldn't the people where you work at see the plaintiff?
It's not the fact that
That because you were paying the rent, paying most of the utilities, paying for most of the household items, you got her the phone too. And you told me today that it was your choice to terminate that contract. So she's not responsible for that. And listen, I empathize with you because I think you did a lot of things that you didn't have to do. And you did it because you were nice. And frankly, you sound really ungrateful today.
No, I was grateful during the time.
But in the end, I don't think she owes you for the phone. I don't think you've met your burden of proof that there was an agreement, and that agreement was that she would pay for termination costs. However, I think when you mess with someone's job and their employment and you email the CEO of their company, that's really serious. And it's really vindictive. And it's really below the belt. You cannot do that. And that is defamation of character. Because I saw the email, and in the subject line, you put employee misconduct. He wasn't committing any misconduct. He was being nice to you.
He was
helping you.
He was doing it
So
out of
my
spite.
judgment on your defamation of character claim, I am going to grant you some relief on your defamation of character claim, and I'm ordering you to pay the plaintiff $500 judgment for the plaintiff.